Welcome to PrepsNet Coach Speak with Minor Tenacious Tigers head football coach Adrian Abrams. Powered by the Minor Tigers Shop. Get your Tigers gear at minortigers.shop. Here is your host, Aubrey Johnson.
Welcome in to our second season of Minor Coach Speak. This is our first show of the season, and it's also our preseason show. Welcome in, Coach Abrams.
Man, glad to be back.
All right, good to be back as well. You've got a new team. It's a new season. What do you think the makeup of this team is this year?
I tell people all the time, this group, they are a player-led group. And
Nice.
Coaches talk all the time about teams being player-led, but they truly are player-led.
Right.
And so, honestly, most teams that are player-led end up being pretty doggone good teams.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So you've only been at it a few days. Fall practice started, on Monday? Is
Yes,
that
sir.
correct? Okay. Only been at it a few days, but if you could give us a few adjectives that would be appropriate to describe this team at this point. What do you see?
First off, I'm going to say confident.
Okay.
We had a media days, and most times coaches on the way to media days, they're telling kids, hey, look now, don't say this, or they're going to bait
Right.
you with this question. This group, I told them, I said, hey, say whatever you feel,
Right.
because they earned that right. And
That's
so
good.
they're a confident group. They're confident in their abilities. They're also an earnest group. And what I mean by that is they're serious about their work.
Nice.
When they hit the field, they flip that switch. When they hit the weight room, they flip that switch. More importantly, when they're in the school, they flip that switch. And so I got a lot of guys on in the National Honor Society. And they're the same guys
Fantastic.
who already have D1 commitments.
You can't ask for better
Absolutely
than that.
not.
That's fantastic. So tell us a little bit about some of the players that you consider are leaders on this team, both on offense and defense.
Okay. Well, first off, I'll go Trey Hurth, our running back.
Yeah.
Great leader, great person, great
Right.
football player. I'm looking forward to him being a 1,000-yard rusher this year.
Oh, wow.
Also, Sanford commit, defensive back. I'm going to say they're going to want me to use the term athlete on all of them because all these guys
yeah.
are going to be playing both
Right.
ways. Athlete, Corian Tyson, he's a Sanford commit. Dominique White, athlete, he's a receiver. He's committed to South Alabama.
Nice.
And Mikhail Herbowski, athlete, he's committed to UAB as a DB.
Okay.
Jalen Ivey, my center, he's the man that makes us go up front and controls that group.
Right.
He has multiple offers. He's yet to commit to anybody. And so those are just a couple of the guys who I can name off the top of my head who have earned, not only have the right to speak or are
Right.
leaders, but they've earned that right.
Well, it sounds like you've got a pretty veteran team as far as the leaders on the team. These guys are going to some well-known colleges. You got to be happy with all that.
Extremely happy. One of the things that makes me the happiest about this is we were just looking back the other day to when they came out of 8th grade. We kind of took
wow.
pictures of their bodies and took pictures
Yeah.
of them and pictures of them now. And so that's just part of their physical growth, but also their maturity,
Right.
and their growth in the classroom. It's just really been a joy to watch.
That's awesome. So tell us about a few of the position groups. First of all, the ones that are kind of stacked, you know you can lean on them, and then maybe a few that need a little work.
I'm gonna say, anytime you have two Division I commits in the secondary, I'd say the secondary is gonna be pretty good. But there's gonna be two guys that are gonna be starting alongside them. One of them's gonna be a freshman, Cam Given. And we know it's really hard for a freshman to start at the 6A
Yeah.
level, but he is really, really talented. He has some natural instincts, and I feel good about him being surrounded by some veterans. And Casey's going to be our starting cornerback.
Right.
He has had a tremendous summer. He's an upcoming sophomore. He has worked really, really hard to put himself in a position to be good. And so that's going to be our secondary. In terms of our linebackers, I don't have a linebacker a starting linebacker who's a senior.
Wow.
They're all underclassmen, but they're going to be led by Damian Wade and Roman White,
Okay.
who was a freshman last year, and he started around game 3. He started, and for the rest of the season, He ended up being our most productive defensive player in defensive production points.
And he's just a sophomore.
He's just a sophomore.
Oh.
He happened to be Dominique White's brother,
Wow.
the South Alabama commit. So I look forward to tremendous things from him. I also have another freshman that's going to be starting at linebacker.
Good.
Now this team, the incoming freshmen, they won a championship over at Minor Middle.
Right.
Coach Maurice Smitherman did an excellent job with them. And so I have some youth sprinkled in with some veterans.
Right.
And on the defensive line, we're going to play 8 to 9 guys. Coach Ricky Paleo does a great job with them, and we're going to run them in and out, and those guys are going to play with high energy.
Right.
And so that's on the defensive side of the ball. Offensive side of the ball, I think we're going to be really, really solid up front. Like I said, led by Jalen Ivey. Got another kid, Big Daniel Davis, that's going to help anchor that line. And my receivers, it's going to be multiple guys. I got multiple athletes that can play at receiver, and my trigger man is going to be Tommy Burks. He got his first start as a sophomore in the first round of the playoffs, and he's going to be our trigger man.
Good deal. Well, let's transition for just a second and talk about the staff. Wanted to know if there's been any changes to the staff in the off season.
Yeah, a tremendous change. It seems to be a reoccurring theme around here, man. Guys are leaving the program to become head coaches.
Oh.
And so Chris Metcalf, who's my defense coordinator, he left with me. He's been with me since my first year. We worked together at Hoover.
Okay.
He's now the head coach at Springville. And he's going to do a tremendous job. And my offense coordinator, former offense coordinator Mike Bramlett, got the head coaching job at Bessemer Academy.
Okay.
And so I had another one of my defensive back coaches. He got on at Thompson. Coach Maurice Smitherman did a tremendous job.
Right.
And so there's been a little staff turnover, but we're looking for some guys to pick up the slack.
Sure. Well, I mean, those guys have earned their way, but it does say something about the quality of program that you're running here. For
Absolutely.
Sure. Good deal.
Thank you.
Coach, your first game is away at Dora on Friday, August 22nd. What do you expect to see from the Bulldogs? I know it's early, but just kind of give us a preview.
Well, I mean, they say that teams generally take on the mentality of their coach.
Right.
And I have a tremendous amount of respect for Travis Williams. Me and him talk quite often.
Okay.
You know, every 2 to 3 weeks we're going to talk and just, talk things out. We generally got the same, deal with the same issues and have some of the same strengths. And so I know, like him, Dora's going to be tough.
Right.
They're going to have pride in what they do. Watched them last year when they came here. They walked the field before, linked arm in arm. That's a group that takes pride in what they do. That community takes pride in what they do.
Right.
And they're going to be a blue-collar team that's come to play a hard-nosed brand of football.
Okay. So this was your first game last year, and you beat them, Coach, 47-15. A really good night for you. How will things be different this year, you think?
Well, just like you regurgitated that score to me, I believe that's been resonating with them for 365 days.
I bet.
And so it's a little different when they're motivated. They're going to come motivated. They're at home, and they remember last year. And so I'm looking to see how we handle that. I have a mature group, but I want to see if we're mature enough to go in and give our best to a team that, we beat last year. Emphasis on last year. It's a whole new year, so we got to bring it.
Okay, good deal. So, Coach, it's early August. We're just a few days into this, and usually confidence kind of reigns supreme right about now. But if you can, give us an honest assessment for where you see this season going.
Honestly, this is because they're player-led. I've had a team in 2000 that was the closest knit group that I had.
Right.
But this is the hardest working and best player-led team I've ever had.
Wow.
And so I think it'll be the best team I've ever had to stop any Atlanta.
That's saying a lot too, I'm
Absolutely.
sure. Good
They
deal.
deserve that.
Good deal. Well, we look forward to seeing what's happening. Coach, this is the end of our first show. It's in the books. We appreciate your time, and we certainly appreciate yours. We have a quick program note, though. This year, we're doing things a little bit differently. Instead of an every week show, we're doing it every other week. Expect to see our next show around September 4th. But we thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you next time.
Go Tigers.